Hello and welcome. I'm Eric Mowery, comic book buyer at David Adams Card World, and I'm joined today by Tony Meyer, our video game and toy buyer. Tony, how are you?
Eric, I'm good.
Awesome.
How are you?
I am well as well. So today is a pretty special day. It is the premiere of Loki on Disney Plus. How do you feel about that?
What's Disney Plus?
What's Disney Plus? Where have you been living for the past 2 years?
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Thing. Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah, you know, the new awesome streaming service.
Right. But are you excited about the show?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah. Did you watch WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier as well?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying them thus far?
I have.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw Loki, I was like, that's awesome. That's the one.
That's your guy.
That's the one.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Loki got his start in comic books, but gained a lot of popularity in the movies. Tony?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Tom Hiddleston himself.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston. Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
I think, first Thor, obviously, first handful, but I think the majority of people got him from Avengers in 2012.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he was a huge part of that movie.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
And then he kind of kept getting more popular and more popular and more popular. He started sprinkling them in here and there. And then his arc, I think, really went in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then, the end of that, and then the timelines and stuff, pretty cool. And most people are more interested in the comic side of it.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Yeah, so full confession, growing up as a kid, I was definitely a Marvel zombie. I wrote everything they read except Thor. I was not a big Thor fan. So my exposure to Loki was in Avengers or when he crossed over in like an X-Men comic or something like that.
All right.
I do know a little bit about the character. I know that this book behind us right here is his first appearance in the Loki that everybody knows and loves today. Came from this book. There was an appearance of Loki before. It's kind of a similar character. That was Venus #6. I think that was from the 40s. But this is his, generally known as his first appearance, right? And he is a trickster god. I mean, I think he's a foil for kind of a way for Thor to become a better person through all the trials and tribulations that Loki puts him through. That seems to be a central theme. I know that he was the reason that the Avengers formed in the first place,
Right.
was to fight Loki, and he's been in countless crossovers and single issue stories ever since. And he's also had his own series, I think as recently as Agent of Asgard. I'm not real familiar with that series, but I heard it's pretty good.
And now he's getting his own series on Disney Plus.
His own series on Disney Plus because of the charismatic Tom Hiddleston.
That's right.
All right. So Tony, if I'm not mistaken, Loki died in Endgame, right?
Yes, in the beginning. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Spoiler, 2019 spoiler alert. He did die in the beginning. So if you're going to try and watch that now, just fast forward a little bit because you now know what happens.
Mhm.
But they do travel back in time, back to 2012, the first Avengers movie. And as he's being pulled out, the Tesseract is on the ground. He picks it up and disappears.
That's right. So he
Disappears.
jumps a timeline or
Jumps a
something.
timeline or
Right.
something.
Okay, we don't know yet.
Right, and that's where the show should pick up.
Mhm.
And then they kind of go off into that. But I haven't seen the show yet. I really don't quite know what to expect. But are there any comic storylines outside of that realm that they could explore in this series?
I think, yeah, I definitely think they'll probably borrow from the Agent of Asgard series. And I'm only guessing that because I know it's very popular. So if I had to guess, I would say they'll probably take some things from that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a few crossovers with Loki as a character that I really enjoy. One of them was from the 80s called Acts of Vengeance. And that's, for me, more of a Magneto storyline, but Loki did kind of orchestrate that thing. But there's no way they're going to work that into this series. That's just way too many characters and way too many properties at this point to try to work it in. So I think in regards to all my favorite Loki stories, there might be bits and pieces and elements, but I think it's going to be impossible to do that. There are just way too many characters because they're usually massive crossover events, and the rights issues for all that must be a nightmare.
You probably have to do a whole phase.
You would have to do a whole phase to build up to one crossover that I liked,
Yeah.
and that's just selfish. So yeah. Tony, I know that everyone is itching to watch this series right now, so I'm just going to ask you one last question before we go. Any of Loki's powers at your disposal, you can only choose one. Which one do you choose?
Oh man, it's gotta be shape-shifting, right?
Shape-shifting.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. What would you shapeshift into?
Oh man, out of
anything.
I think I would pick Brad Pitt, but from the 90s.
Okay. I mean, that's a good call, man. All right, it's a good call. I like that.
Very specific.
Yeah, very specific. Very specific.
What about you?
Well, I gotta steal that answer. I mean, well, the shape-shifting part of it,
Okay.
but I think that if I had to shape-shift into, preferred shape-shift, right?
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston from the Avengers movies. Yeah, yeah. Just so charming. How would you not want to do that?
You just charmed everybody.
I hope so. I hope that was a charming wink and not a creepy wink. So.
Way to one-up me.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us for a little bit. Please go watch Loki right now, streaming on Disney Plus as of this very second. As always, I'm Eric Mowery. This is Tony Meyer. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.